And we're off.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Cape and
They're
Lynx
starting
right
at
away.
different locations.
Oh, and
Haven't seen
Kane
that in a
the
while.
sanctuary.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah, and that immediate divergence leading to interesting information.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I like that strat that Myria was using. Unfortunately, it didn't work out though.
No.
Because you can one-shot the blue guards that are in the middle of the Hyrule Castle with that sign. That's why it's pretty good. Like for the bushes, you actually need 3 hits to kill 1 guard, so it's a bit inconvenient on that.
Right, and the sign does hit quite a bit harder.
Ooh, 300 rupees already. Hopefully no farm needed.
Alright, and we've got Kane for Myria starting off at the other spot now. Did Alan already get through the lumberjack?
No, he went from the bottom.
Oh, okay.
So he didn't go toward lumberjack at all.
Gotcha. It looks like we may see Myria head that way now.
Yeah. We'll have to see if there's something good over there. There weren't any enemies killed yet, so there was no tree pull to be had.
Okay.
Oh, and there's actually 4 bombs in there.
That's very nice, and good on Myria for coming back to get that.
Yeah, and she even going for a second time.
Oh,
I would do that too.
Absolutely. It's basically free with that sign there. Like you said, that thing hits like a brick.
Yeah.
Oh, and Alan finding bombs in the larger section of Blind's Hut, enabling him to get to the back there. That's an opportune find. And we do just have a red rupee in Lumberjack, so Aghanim's not required yet, anyway.
Yeah, we'll have to see about that. There are still some possibilities left. Like either flippers or hammer locked behind east side, and if we need Aghanim just for plain old Dark World access, like it's used in vanilla.
Right. Yeah, and we've seen it pop up in all sorts of races in just the strangest circumstances.
Yeah, it sure can happen a lot of times.
Oh, we had Quake at the well, and then as I look down to write it down, I'm going to have to rely on our tracker to see what the other 2 chests were, if they were important. And shout-outs
maybe we'll see on Myria's side.
Shout-outs to I'm the Schwartz stepping in on tracker.
And the heart container in the chicken hut.
That's the first one on the run, and gets him just a little closer to not dying. But runners like these, I don't think we have to worry about it.
Yeah. Like, it's still a bit scary if you're just running around with, like, 5 hearts green mail for most of the run. Especially if you can get into the Dark World pretty early.
Oh, yeah. And we've seen, in Seeds past, a Fighter Sword Vitreous and sword-free blind fights and all sorts of fun stuff, so there could be quite a lot in store.
Yeah, but funnily enough, only, I think, mostly blind and ballworm are like the fights that can happen most of the time without any sword. Because they are pretty much among the easiest to access. And you need like 2 gloves, flute, and a medallion for Meyer, and
that's a pretty
and Kane as well. And like at that point, you have access to at least half of the of the items anyway. So if there's no sword in there, tough luck.
Yeah. Oh, we got a map check. It looked like 3 crystals with 5 at Hera. I did not see the number on Eastern.
Yeah, I didn't see it at all. I was watching Alan at that time. And Myria picking up the heart container in the chicken hut now. Ooh, and the chicken was clipped. Not like... unfortunately not the pixel perfect chicken clip. Like...
Oh, that's alright.
The chicken can actually get on the other side completely through the wall.
That's pretty awesome. Nah, in this case, we just had a bit of a Castlevania action with some wall chicken.
Oh yeah.
We saw the blue boomerang at the in the soggy item, as some people like to call it, but Alan deciding he can pick that up at his leisure, if at all.
Oh man, why is everyone disregarding the blue boomerang? How dare they?
Yeah, I'm a fan of the rangs myself.
Yeah.
All right, and we get Alan going for the fake flippers while we have Myria going through the race house. I did not happen to notice if she's doing this blind or not.
I think she's doing it blind. We'll see. Like, if there's something good, we... yeah, don't know yet. Okay. We don't know at all.
Yeah, I figure at that point, if you're already there, you may as well get it.
Yeah.
And let's see if this fake flip is leading to anything good. Silvers, all right.
Ooh, nice.
Silvers at Hobo for Alan.
That's quite early.
Yeah. The seed may tease them yet with that, or well, technically it's the sequence break with the fake flippers, so he'll have had them for a while and maybe no bow.
Yeah. I mean, flippers might not even be required, since we have full crystal light world.
It's true. It'll be very interesting to see which of our dungeons are the pendants in Dark World, because there's certainly some preferences these runners would have, like not having to bother with Ice Palace at all, or well, Meyer and T-Rock are probably the next two on the list.
I mean, at this point, I would actually prefer Scarwoods and Ice Palace to be crystals, because they usually have items in this logic. I mean,
I can definitely understand that.
I might as well finish the dungeon.
Right, you may as well have to go there for more than one reason.
Yeah.
I know the one that I always would rather leave behind is T-Rock.
Yeah. That one especially. Oh, no cane strats. It's bad.
That'll be the fallback plan if these bomb throws don't go as planned, but right now Myria is, for intents and purposes, making perfect throws here. Oh, but
oh no!
Look at this mini Moldorm!
What? I haven't seen that! What? Oh, I've never seen that before.
Oh my goodness. He might make his way over there if she doesn't... Yeah, there we go.
Wow.
That's pretty great.
That's a Trolldorm indeed.
Yeah, Waldorm.
Oh, Waldorm. Oh, that's even better. And unfortunately, no really good items.
No, the journey was the destination for this one. You get the pride of taking a Moldorm off the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, that crow is just... Meanwhile, we've got Alan has made the play into downstairs Hyrule Castle, yeah. And looking like not too much found so far, but putting these cane strats to work, that's fun.
Yeah. Can be quite a bit more aggressive with those
Thanks, Schwartz.
blocks, though.
Yeah.
Like, I usually just throw them at people.
It's they're a surprisingly potent weapon.
Yeah, like they're pretty much like a high-range fighter sword.
Right.
Or higher range fighter sword. It's not that big a range. and throwing some parts at the ball and chain guard now.
It's a good move.
Yeah, that's like, if you don't have that much magic anymore, then you can't really do cane strats or anything else, since that's his only weapon. Oh. Man, I really need to learn what those shops are. That's a pretty handy one right there.
Oh yeah, right by Link's house.
Yeah.
It's a good one. We won't see what our stun item is quite yet, as I notice Myria has picked up the boomerang. So, one of our runners appreciates it.
Finally!
See.
It's just when you're at low health, that's when you appreciate the boomerang and his down capabilities.
Ooh, and a lamp. The flippers. Wow. And Turtle Rock is the green pendant, according to Sahasrahla.
That's some good Sahasrahla items.
Definitely. That really, having that lamp early is load off their mind. And also turns that trip to Hobo into not so much the sequence break now.
Yeah. I'm thinking Myria might go for Zora and the like soon.
Yeah, both of our runners are fixing up with quite the rupee count.
Oh,
speaking of,
wow, those 300 rupees are such a tease.
Yeah.
You can see them, but you won't be able to get them. They still need too many items for that.
Yeah. It is a perfect placement, though, to tease, as you say, because, hey, you're in the water thinking of Zora. Wouldn't this be nice?
Yeah.
What's the hobo doing with the silver arrows anyway?
Don't know. Maybe he stole them from the guard above him somehow.
Is that why he's so good at ending fake flippers? Is he rolling with the silvers? That sniper guard on the bridge? Oh man.
Yeah.
I think we've
exactly
all.
Why.
Anybody who has ever fake flippered that bridge has probably been taken out by that guard at least once. We'll get a waterfall of wishing check as Alan delves deeper into Eastern Palace. A hook shot. A worthwhile swim. And also, it occurs to me, I just didn't notice before, Myria is playing with the Zelda sprite, and so this is like a Hyrulean battle of the sexes. We're gonna find out if Zelda could have saved herself quicker than Link did.
Yeah, but they might not even save Zelda since Turtle Rock is the green pendant.
Oh, it's true. She's hanging out up in that crystal. We'll just have to end the curse first.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it depends where that 7th crystal is then.
I guess that's true too, right? Yeah.
Ooh, bomb strats.
Oh, and we still won't get the stun drop there because he's programmed for a key.
Yeah. I think if she went for cane strats for the remaining wounds, she should have enough magic.
I think so.
Yeah, that's why I don't really like bomb strands.
Yeah,
Instead.
it's a lot of extra work. Let's see. Yeah, they are pretty much the only option here for Alan at the moment in the mini Moldorm cave. As Myria attempts to sneak in around this green guard in order to lay pots to the ball and chain trooper. Now, my absolute favorite strategy for this room requires the ice rod.
Yeah.
Where
Oh no!
it's gonna be bomb strats on the ball and chain. Oh gosh, and the almost never relevant fact that the bombs go through that wall.
Wow.
Eh.
Never seen that before.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
I just know you
Up
can
to
throw
now.
the pots through them too. And so to see the bombs do it, I guess I hadn't seen it before, but I'm not totally surprised.
Yeah.
But Schwartz pointing out in chat that failing the bomb strats there, up the stairs, you could respawn the pots.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, I still quite don't get why you just not just stun the green guard. It just makes it so much easier. Oh, and the first sword in Agina's cave.
Very nice. And that's oh goodness, a good about hour and a half before the match that's probably finishing up soon on Randomizer 2.
Yep.
As we see Myria go into the back of Hyrule Castle now, failing possession of the Power Glove, is hoping to get all the way to the spot under Sanctuary. And gets that key as needed. And now with the sword, this mini Moldorm becomes a much easier task. Although with this bill of health right here, it's
Yeah.
perhaps a bit soon for me to say. Oh, don't walk out.
Yeah, don't walk down the holes either.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, 8 bomb drop! Nice!
Oh, very nice. Yeah, that is great for right now. And that was after dropping the 1 bomb, so he gets to enjoy the benefits of all of those. Oh, there's an ice rod. Oh, man. And a
Yes, and
wow.
nice.
What a
Yeah,
payout.
but there's unfortunately there's still like 2 items missing for Dark World access. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a Cape Aghanim.
It's kind of looking like it right now.
Like I don't know. Myria didn't check Zora, right? So there's still that.
I don't
left,
think either of
and-
them have, but it looks like both of our runners are making their way there. As Alan is going to pick up his hook shot here from the waterfall. Oh, and have Myria not been over to EP yet?
No, she hasn't. She only took the items from Sashra.
Right. And so we'll get this information just a little sooner from Alan. I wonder, is he aware he's 21 rupees short? Oh, if he can get 1 green rupee, he can see about Zora, and he might try to farm for it now. Oh, that helps too.
Yeah, nice.
Perfect. A bold route
Well,
that pays off.
that was lucky.
Yeah, it sure was.
I'm interested to see if Myria goes for the rupee room, possibly, in the back.
That would be a good move in her current
She
state.
doesn't find enough rupees here.
Oh, and we get a bottle, which will send us back to Sick Kid. This could be good. But yeah, how about that? Showing up couple of rupees short and just saying, well, I'll just pick it up on the way there. Myria puts that hook shot to work to avoid a couple of screen transitions.
Yeah. It's quite nice. I was like having hook shot at that point.
Yeah, I know whenever I get into this room without it, I always get just a bit puzzled and then have to remember the door at the top, the vanilla way. Alright. So what ails the sick kid? It's the fire rod.
Fire rod. Whoa.
Well then.
Guess we have both rods now.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if Alan remembers to go into the back of Escape, since usually you'd get there with the gloves, and he doesn't have those yet.
It's true, and it's definitely a compelling spot for the fact that that is where the Moon Pearl is. So, yeah, it's going to be a trip to Aghanim or a trip to Under the Castle.
Yeah.
And if he does them in a certain order, he can do a lot more once he arrives in Dark World. Alright, and it looks like he remembers. Good on him. Very smooth damage boost from Myria there. I mean, it's a pretty stock play, but you can get unlucky with that sometimes and have to take the hit 3 or 4 times. Oh, huh. And I learned something there. The little teletablet things on the wall respond to the hook shot.
Yeah, and the big pots too. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Really
oh
good
yes,
movement
she's
from
actually
Myria.
going for the rupee room. Nice.
Very cool. Yeah, this will get her up to Zora.
Good thinking there.
Definitely. That's gonna ultimately score her the fire rod eventually via the bottle.
Yeah.
And she gets to her 501. Decides why not 506.
506. Yeah.
And Schwartz pointing out that getting that fire rod will help out in Aghanim Tower.
Yeah.
There we go. Ice Rod and Pearl for ALTTP.
I sure hope she does get them. That fire rod. Or at least the sword. Because otherwise Aghanim's tower is pretty scary.
Oh, that's right. She's going without the
Oh,
sword.
and she does need that sword though.
Yeah, she will for the curtains. So that play is off the table. She's going to have to remember that she has not visited Aghanim yet. Very interesting.
Yeah, and you can't reflect the balls either without hammer or bucknet.
Right.
Or the sword even. That was weird. Why did that hookshot go through the bush?
Oh, I have no idea. I just know the hitboxes on this game are impeccable. As I say to Vasco, a reverse boss order runner.
I agree though, so...
Oh, yeah.
That's why it works.
And does, is Zora kind of spitting up his lunch there? Do you think Zora eat bugs?
Maybe?
Oh, yeah, that's a little bit gross, isn't it?
Yep.
But we get some fighter sword at Aghanim's tower here, and it's a good time. It'll be a welcome sight to see a magic drop here. As Myria wastes no time going for a sick kid. Oh yeah, and he does get the small decanter and puts it right to work.
Yeah, it's just quite annoying having to go to Aghanim with the cape, because you usually don't have a proper weapon at that point.
Right. And the fighter
like,
sword.
Even the master sword doesn't really.
Right,
it's not really satisfying. Yeah.
Exactly. The master sword is balanced to be difficult in the section, or rather, the section's balanced for it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's a long trip.
Yeah, and the worst part about it is that I think fighter sword does the same amount of damage as master sword. I'm not sure though.
And Myria wastes no time getting over to Agana after that too, keeping very good track.
What she needs, yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, this will definitely pay off for her, and I think the play at that point is going to be obvious, and she'll end up just barely off of, Alan's heels. She's doing the math.
Yeah.
Now what we really need to see are B strats on Aghanim.
Fighter sword plus cape plus moon pearl plus lamp equals Aghanim, right?
Yep.
It's just...
And yeah, PCM, it looks like Alan's timer is having a bit of an issue right now, but that's no big deal. He may have lost sync or something like that. But SRL's the way we keep track of these for official purposes, so it'll be no big deal. Yeah, and as Yunus points out, you can basically use Myria's time as his time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate that this is not vanilla, because those red guards would have a pretty high chance of dropping a full magic refill right now.
Oh yeah, and that'd be quite good.
Yeah.
If nothing else, to take one down and then just wield the fire rod on the other.
Ooh, B strats!
It's a good B! Oh man! And what a good B it is!
What? No! No, he missed it. Oh, okay, I guess if you want to keep the B, then you can skip the magic drop.
Yeah. And at this point, it would have faded out.
Yeah.
I think there's one in here somewhere. There's a lot of pots anyway, right?
Yeah, I'm not even sure. I only know of hearts, rupees, and bombs, and some arrows. That's all I know of.
When that must be all Alan's convinced of in that regard too.
Yeah.
Although I guess at this point there's not too many enemies left that he must kill other than Aghanim.
Yeah.
Just some ones that would be convenient, but yeah, putting a spin to work.
It would be nice having a bit of magic, if for maybe like one cape activation. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, honestly.
He's in the penultimate room.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. Myria having much less trouble with the guards in this section.
Yeah, she's been slashing, burning, and dashing her way through.
Not dashing yet, though.
Well, yeah, not with the boots, so to speak, but, you know, running right by when it's appropriate.
Yeah. Dashing without boots.
Not even giving
and that's where the magic drop would have helped.
Yeah, definitely. And Aga 1 is down for Alan. Let's find out if the pyramid is immediately good here.
Probably not.
Yeah, it seems like they always want you to do just a bit more work after that.
I mean, they do have hookshot and...
Oh, look at that!
Nice! Boom.
Yeah! Oh, that's great. We got the bow there on the pyramid.
It's a great item.
Yeah, and for as formidable weapons go, the silvers are hard to beat.
Yeah, I think they are the highest damaging weapon, with just a small disadvantage of not damaging every enemy. But still.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Right, so
Swamp and Skywoods with the blue and red.
yeah, and then Meyer is number 6 for crystals. So Alan giving us plenty of time to see. Oh, and Swamp is pendant as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Swamp, Skull, and Turtle. As Myria finishes off her Aga 1 fight. But yeah, so we need money to get in the pod. As I see now Chad has pointed out. Myria
oh yeah, no
taking
money
us-
for pod access. I didn't even notice that. Yeah,
Oh.
that's a bit annoying to deal
Yeah,
with.
it really is. And we got Alan, knowing his map pretty well, gonna make his way around up that river so he can get back down to the hookshot spot, since he does not have the glove or the hammer, but he's got those flippers.
Yeah. It's like the worst way to get into the Dark World, because it takes so long to get to Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, and there's a lot of active areas.
Yeah. I think it takes like a solid 3 or 4 minutes to get down to Swamp with this setup. I didn't actually time it, so it's around that point though.
That's alright. And we'll see, I'll look at the bumper cave here. On our players' minds, since they've already had to employ the cape, it looks like money.
Yeah. I'm very glad for them that the Moon Pearl wasn't on the pyramid.
Oh,
because then you don't get the full heart refill and magic meter refill, which is pretty annoying.
Oh, yeah. Right, because you actually don't get that refill until you enter Dark World, since that fight ends in a sort of unconventional way.
Yeah.
And Myria forgetting for a moment.
Do need those gloves for that.
Looks like book out of Village of Outcasts for Alan now.
Ooh, and Myria going for Skywoods first. That's interesting. I like it.
Yeah.
Especially how the logic's been working out recently.
Yeah, it's been, go ahead.
Skywoods does tend to pay off.
Yeah, my understanding of the changes that were made was basically that chests that are readily available in dungeons upon entering Dark World from the various locations around are now weighted pretty much close to equal, if not equal, with the things in the overworld. And so that really helps keep the whole thing random, but does, all of our runners have different opinions about whether or not those double dips and partial delves into dungeons ought to be favored.
Yeah.
Well, looks like a shield.
It's just a shield.
Yeah, Skullwoods has a shield. We'll want at least one more upgrade before we really consider that useful. But most of our runners are pretty comfortable without them, I think.
And so far, nothing good.
Both of our runners running low on health.
Thieves Town yet. When Myria taking it up warp to heal up.
A smart play, especially when literally you've just walked right in.
Yeah. I probably would have done it in the in the next section if she's going for that.
Oh yeah, I can see that too.
Because then, okay, she's not going for that. Then it's fine going for the Death Warp word there.
Right, but yeah, you would have wanted to play optimistic there and just get to your next spot.
Yeah. And especially because the Gittos deal 2 hearts of damage, and the falling only does 1. That also makes it a bit better.
You've got to optimize your deaths. Things you never thought you'd say.
No, I'm a speedrunner. I'm used to optimizing deaths.
That's good. Alright, and a book pickup for Myria.
I sure hope Alan isn't spinning right in the middle of the thing. Okay, he's not gonna spin. Yeah, it's just quadrant glitches can mess you up.
Yeah. Yeah, this room without boots.
Yeah, it's
of course, heck,
pretty
that room with boots if you're feeling too confident, right? I've got the pixel. I don't have the pixel. I don't have the hearts. Oh no.
Yeah, and Myria picking up all those bombs even though she's capped.
Right.
And interesting, Alan isn't even picking up the 8 bomb drop you got.
Yeah, and he is rather
quite different.
Yeah. And Alan has to be careful here with these crickets. They don't seem like much. They hit like a truck.
Yeah. They also deal 2 hearts of damage for whichever reason.
Right. And he is sitting right there.
But I mean, you are expected to have like, I think, 11 hearts or something at this point. At least from the logic of the game. Since Thieves Town is the 4th dungeon.
Right.
From crystal count.
Yeah, so you're up around 10 or 11, since you're probably at least... Yeah, you're gonna find, like, hopefully a handful of heart pieces by then, too.
Oh yeah, I guess, yeah. But,
yeah, you figure you get 1 out of Sank.
I think 10 would be the least,
Right.
the smallest amount, I think. Oh no, 9, it would be 9. If you don't say Sank card.
Oh, that's true. Sank heart's not compulsory.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough.
Yeah, all the other hearts are forced.
Right. And we're seeing both of our players in Thieves Town now.
Yeah. Yeah, working their way through the
There
dungeon.
goes that funny hitbox
they-
on those prison walls again.
Yep.
Oh, the sword
went the
upgrade.
Master
Very
Sword.
nice.
Nice. That's a good start.
And if they found no other sword at this point, they'd have a heck of a Ganon fight, but one they could win.
Yeah, it's nice to find Master Sword because at that point you don't really have to worry about finding a sword anymore, and you only need those progression items.
Right. Because, yeah, that's just the worst. If you get to the end and you only have Fighter's Sword for Ganon's Tower, 1, that's just hard. And 2, you wonder how much of it you're going to have to get through, or if the sword is even going to be there.
Yeah.
Alright, a 2-heart start for Alan's blind fight. It's going to put those... Oh, that cape to work, but he kind of snapped in and out, ended up taking a shot. Alright.
Yeah, I usually take the cape off in the time that blind is not hittable. Because the biggest threat are the lasers, usually.
Yeah, absolutely. And even
Since
just...
they deal 2 hearts of damage.
Yeah, and then just having a little bit of a lower number of hitboxes on the screen was what I was trying to say. Yeah, just trying to dodge the heads and their shooting is a lot easier.
Yeah.
But, yeah, tough break going into that fight with as few hearts. But he'll be able to pick up one here in the pot before he walks back in, but he'll really wish he had the magic.
Yeah.
Which he's even gonna go ahead and try to farm these stout children, I guess is the way to say that.
Oh, are they? Is that what they're called?
Yeah,
I always call them Starfos.
I think they're the stout.
I just call them both Starfos. That's
right.
the big worst about
Yeah, I might
it.
be thinking of. I know Ocarina of Time makes a distinction, and so I may be mixing up my Zeldas. In either case, the pink ones are annoying. There goes that Master Sword for Myria then.
Yeah.
She'll make her way up. With
Sure
the
is
maiden.
picking up on pace.
Yeah, and she'll have the opportunity to make up some time here if she can get this fight done in one step.
Yeah.
As Alan does get his revenge and a heart piece for the trouble, along with the first crystal of the match at about 41.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's usually what you get if Aghanim is required.
Yeah,
Because most of the time people just want to avoid it if possible. But in the case of Myria, she couldn't really avoid it since she needed that fighter sword and it was the last location.
Right. Alright. And Myria is off to a strong start. Looks like she practices... Oh, at least... Yeah, it looks like she practices the scripted fight.
Yeah, it's quite close, but it's,
a little bit of an interruption,
just
but
optimizing the amount of damage you take.
yeah. All the same, a relatively strong fight there. And in one go, so that makes up a good, I'd say maybe a minute on Alan there.
Yeah, at least.
Especially with a bit of farming.
Yeah, and it seems that the big chest does have an item.
Right, and they'll have to remember that when they get that hammer.
Yep. And that blue tunic in the chest game.
Ah, and did Alan not have the money for it when he came by?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Yeah, I think Myria got a few drops money.
Right. And we'll see her make her way down and have to skip on the digging game for the lack of funds.
Yep.
That's not something you see a lot in a randomizer seed, is a block by money. Are we gonna...
Yeah, especially, like, usually the block is on Zora and not the...
right.
Not that expensive stuff.
Yeah. And we had a tempered sword on Stumpy. The boy in the Dark World Grove. But, yeah, we might get to say such a goofy phrase as, rupees required for go mode.
I don't think so. That would just... That would just mean that you find all the items you need before going into pod. And that usually doesn't happen.
Right.
And
well, I mean, I guess technically
the best part about it is
a go
you
mode
have to
item
find
in the
more money on the way.
Right. Alright, so we're in Hype Cave on Myria's side, Desert on Alan's, and Hype Cave really just not doing it. Yeah.
Why? The 300 rupees are quite good at this point,
I mean,
because it means they can do pod now.
Yeah, they can do pod, she can go back for the digging game if she wants, so it's not so bad, but yeah, we always want more from the Hype Cave.
And powder on the lamp in Desert.
Very interesting. likely not going to be picked up at all.
Yeah, most likely.
It looks like we'll see Myria return to Eastern Palace to claim that crystal.
Yep. And probably going into pod afterwards. Because I don't think there's that much left to do anyways, besides Desert, which Alan is doing.
Yeah. Yeah, at that point, they need a mirror to get towards Hera, or a hammer.
No, they just need to get back up there.
Oh,
Even.
yeah, now as Alan picks up a mirror, speak of the devil.
Yep. Oh yeah, I guess, yeah, and the best part is he can't even finish, because he doesn't have any gloves.
Right, he can't get to the back of DP yet.
Yeah. This is the seed.
The seed is being quite strange.
Just
no,
making them do all.
Yeah, and he can't even get up the
trips.
mountain because of gloves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I really take him for granted.
At least the good part is now we know that the only two items that could be G-locked are flute and boots. Since he did find that mirror.
Right.
That should be pretty reassuring. I don't think either of those want to go into G-Rock when it's a green pendant.
And so it looks like it'll be overworld exploration for these guys. Figure that the mirror is a very powerful item way, and
yeah. Same for gloves. They're like those things you don't really notice until you play Entrance Shuffle.
Right.
That's where they become really powerful.
And I missed what was in Ice Cave, but I trust
Yeah,
Schwartz in seeing that it was nothing.
Yeah, me too. And the glove.
Well, there we go.
Almost. Yeah, nice. Paying off. Right there.
And it looks like Alan's going to take a particular route to EP here. Nice knowledge of the map there. You don't see that dock very often.
Yeah, even though I'm not really sure if it's that much faster than a save and quit. Most likely not.
Yeah, I can't imagine if it is that it's that much faster, but I know, well, at least I can understand an aversion to being on the menu.
Yep. And Myria going right for Death Mountain.
It would seem so.
Yeah, Desert Fellows would have been another play that she could have gone for, but decides not to.
Yeah,
Which I can understand. There are way more items up on Death Mountain.
yeah, definitely. We've got Paradox Cave. Of course, we've got Old Man, even just to start things off. Spectacle Rock inside, outside.
Yeah, she can't get outside without Mirror, though.
Oh, right.
Well, at least she can see it, though. That's...
Yeah, that does increase the value of the Desert Palace play, but at least now with the Old Man return, we can feel good about the fact that she can get up here quickly. And that Ether Tablet being off limits until the mirror as well. Unless, of course, the hammer is found somewhere up here. Now that would be something.
You know where the hammer can be right now? The first chest of swamp.
You are correct. Oh my goodness, that would just be the...
Yep.
Oh man.
And it's a pendant too, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly. Can't really see on the tracker right now.
Oh, we got
I don't want to jinx it, man.
Yeah. Might be too late for that, Vascos. You have already set them up the bomb.
Oh no.
Oh jeez, getting trolled by the Igor on the attempt to hit the Style Child with the pot.
Yeah.
Playing Meat Shield. But alright, shovel and a heart. Jeez, that's like a My Chemical Romance video or something. Alright, we got a Silver Arrow Armos fight again. Easy peasy. Power Gloves for ALTTP. On 7
Myria
chests.
has a pretty hefty HP lead over Alan.
Oh yeah, I mean she has been more inclined this whole time to be picking things up. So yeah, good on her.
And she did pick up that race game heart, which Alan didn't.
Right. And X-Rock doing a bit of speculation for us. We got the shovel could lead to the boots, and we know the powder's on the torch at Desert Palace. He wants the mushroom in the soup to trade for the hammer or the flute.
Oh man.
And the green grass grows all around, all around.
But they can't get to the powder bat yet, though.
Yeah. Oh right, yeah, it could not be that way because you would need the
Mitts.
the hammer for, well, the mitts on top of you.
Mitts or hammer is what you need.
Yeah, because you could go in from Dark World. Yeah. Alright, we see Alan making his way up Death Mountain now, and probably Myria making her way down to Desert, I would think. Well, actually, probably over for the shovel first.
Yeah, and the desert right after. Most likely. Since there's not much else she could do. Besides maybe finishing up Skowitz.
Or checking that first chest of swamp.
Yeah, but that would be such a huge walk around. And the
hey,
mitts!
we got some mitts now. Alright, well then X-Rock's a witch. We just need to find boots somewhere. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the powder is open now, once they can get it. Yeah, but Myria is saving quite some time just because she can do this the first time she goes here.
Oh, right, yeah, being able to get back of the dungeon. On top of even just that little shortcut in through the side of the swamp.
Yeah.
A lot of good movement and routing from her.
And we'll see what the ether tablet holds on Alan's
Hey, we
side.
got dual book usage.
Oh yeah!
Remember to read, kids.
Book high five?
Book
Or
5.
something.
A library 5 or something? Is that a thing? We'll call it the library 5. But yeah, and then we'll also check out Tower Hera, which is another crystal. And then
Or to go along with the credits memes of the literacy 5.
literacy 5. Or the reading rainbow. I like that one, X-Rox. Yeah, that and the literacy 5. Alright.
And we're making her way through Desert Palace. I just like when the big key is up there. Because it makes routing a lot easier.
Oh, yeah. We're finding basement is required for Hera. But Alan misses his punch out for break.
Yeah. For some reason, I see that people are afraid to slash their sword when they're on those packs, waiting for the invincibility. But you actually can slash your sword.
Right.
though-
Yeah, because you're not going to move as you do that.
Yeah. And it's not gonna cancel the invincibility either, so
Right.
there's no need to be afraid of that. Like, I can see where it's coming from, but there's no need to, really.
Right. Alright. And hey, at least he's got the mirror. Sends himself back up to the front door. And begins the ascent.
Yeah. And Myria making use of that hookshot quite a lot for movement.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been really impressive, and as we noted earlier, we both learned something when she was in Eastern Palace earlier.
Yeah.
Between the telepathy wall spots and the giant pots.
Yeah. Yeah, those tiny time saves can mean a lot.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially when you perform them as often as she has been.
Yeah.
You figure if you get an extra second out of every single one of those, then over the course of a run, it ends up being a minute. You drop into Ganon at the same time or around, and suddenly the match is yours. We got 1.5 land molas down in the first cycle, and there goes the other 1.5.
Nice
Very
double
nice.
hit.
Yeah. Really nice
that was some
execution there.
good RNG on those.
Yeah, had to have those both kind of just partner up. Great work taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
As Alan approaches his Moldorm fight, and we'll likely see... took the risk on not having to do the right side of DP, I guess.
Oh yeah.
It is
That's
worth the gamble, I guess.
You can go for that.
Yeah, because at that point, it's really not all that much walking compared to if she had gone there from the big chest room.
Yeah.
Alan putting the sword spins to work.
Yeah, and
Down goes
she's gonna
Moldorm.
find that mirror, and probably gonna go towards Death Mountain too now.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. Little fancy footwork there to get her spawn spot picked. And might see a mountain high five here. Just a little bit
We're
off.
going up as Alan is going down.
Yep. Elevator 5? Escalator 5? I don't know. Too many 5s. Feels 5, man.
Yeah. We need to drop those numbers. Those are rookie numbers. We're gonna make it 10s. Elevator 10 or something. I don't know.
At least 6. I mean, come on. As Alan picks up his shovel from the Paradox Cave.
Oh yeah, and Myria has quite the advantage over Alan here because she can go for Dark World Death Mountain 2 now.
Oh yeah,
Since she
having
did pick
shoveled
up
her,
the shovel. Yeah.
and put that to work. So this is going to lead to a pretty interesting route for her.
Yeah. Now she's not even that mad that she couldn't clear Death Mountain in one go.
Yeah.
Or couldn't have done more in one go.
And yeah, Detective John Kimball, there's the Peg Cave by the Dark World Blacksmith. There's a couple of chests in Super Bunny Cave that you provisionally need the mitts to get to. Actually, yeah, you would need those either way, because the other way to get there is either you go from the bottom or the top of Eastern Death Mountain.
Yeah, there's no way to get there without the mitts, unless you're using major glitches, and those aren't allowed here.
Yeah, so certainly needed. And I had a bit of a spectacle on the screen as Myria does get her invincibility here, but the way the frame rate's phasing, it looks like she wasn't blinking for the longest time. She's standing there.
And now she's just invisible for me.
Right, it keeps going back and forth between those two. Well, yeah, and then the dungeon chest. There's several dungeons that require.
Yeah, it's
what do you call it?
The mitts
too. Yeah. So they're with the item randomizer. They're always required. There's not a way for them to kind of shake out of the dungeon order.
Yeah, it's just that you need them to reach GT anyway.
Right.
But with glitches, you don't. Okay.
We don't
getting
need
a bit off topic here.
That's alright. Alright, we'll see Alan make his way down to pick up those mitts.
Yeah, gonna kick himself since he went up to Death Mountain right before that.
Yeah, this is a bit of a back and forth, and even though Myria has sometimes made what seem like the cleaner calls, there's still been a bit of backtracking for her too.
Yeah, that's just the seed being evil here.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, that's an objectively just trolly seed.
Oh wait, never mind. He couldn't have picked up those mitts earlier because the shovel was on Death Mountain.
Right.
Oh yeah, so
yeah, actually, either way,
he's not gonna kick himself. He's gonna be mad at the seed.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, no, it ends up being just backtracking one way or the other.
Yep.
Yeah, but it looks like we'll see him head for the Village of Outcast. Really can't blame him.
Yep. And Myria attempting a bumper dash without any boots? Or I didn't quite see what happened there.
I didn't see it myself. I just heard the sound and became surprised, but then found in a place that I wasn't used to seeing people drop to. She'll start her Moldorm fight now. Easy peasy with that tempered sword.
Yeah. Just so nice that it just takes 2 spins.
Yeah, and she's up to 4 crystals now, and we're just over an hour into this run. It's really shaping up to be a speed fest. So what do we got? We got Pod to do yet, but of course we need the hammer. Ice Palace.
Oh yeah, Pod is a possibility. I really forgot that.
Yeah. We still have that first chest of Swamp Palace.
Oh yeah, oh no. No, please no.
Yeah.
And I think hammer would almost be good mode. Like, we only need the flute after that, and maybe some medallions or the boots, really depending on.
Yeah, those are what it's coming down to is, medallions, the flute, so they can get access to Mire, which is the crystal.
Yep.
And the hammer.
Oh. Not getting quite through the blocks here.
Oh, using the hook shot over the mirror there, yeah.
Yeah, I usually do it just because I don't like menuing back and forth between mirror and hookshot at that point.
Right, and you know you're gonna need it for Hookshot Cave.
Yeah.
And get a little extra money for the wallet there.
Yeah, and unfortunately the Super Bunny Cave doesn't hold anything. Not quite sure what Alan is doing here.
Yeah, not sure myself. That's quite the decision. Oh, and he gets knocked around a bit. He's gonna go pick up that validation arrow again. Not often you get to do that twice in a run.
It's not a validation arrow if it's not out of a chest.
Invalid validation. He's curious about this pedestal. Hey, why not?
I mean, I would do it a different way though.
Alright, we got another bottle out of Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, nice.
And a bomb capacity pedestal at the same time as Myria picks one up out of the Hookshot Cave.
Oh, I guess if you only want to check the pedestal, then the way he did it is okay.
I guess that's true, yeah. He was not interested in doing a back of pendant Skull Woods.
Yeah.
And the value of that move remains to be seen.
And it appears that both our runners are going for pod right now. With Alan being just slightly behind.
Right. And yeah, it's definitely a solid play. It's a dungeon that has to get done eventually. You'd like to have the hammer before you walk in, but Lord knows the randomizer is not really considering that when you pick it up.
Yeah, and the seat appears to be quite linear, just with the amount of double dipping that's been happening.
Right.
Where you have to go back and forth to get somewhere. Very, very few places where you can optimize.
And a saving grace of this dungeon would then, of course, be they have the mirror, so that's something.
Yeah, it's quite handy having the mirror in part.
Yeah, so much backtrack just built right into it.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of meant as the mirror tutorial anyway. I think there was something about that in the manual of the game.
About that use for the mirror, or?
Yeah. Or
because I think the old man
like
just tells you, oh, if you get lost, you can gaze into this and return home, or something like that, he says.
Yeah.
And that's obviously a bit more, you know, kind of diegetic explanation, just kind of leaving it in the world, rather than saying, press Y to go back to the entrance of the dungeon, which would have been super lame.
Yeah. That's what I hate when games do that.
Yeah.
Like when they break the fourth wall just to explain controls.
Yeah, it's like...
That's what you have a narrator for. You don't need the NPCs telling me that.
Right, yeah, because why does the NPC know what the D-pad is? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Oh, almost taking a fall there on the hallway was Alan.
Yeah, and Alan went right for the backside here.
Yeah.
Not even bothering with the right.
And yeah, you're right, Carissa. The game does a really fine job of crafting those scenarios for you.
Yeah.
There's Link to the Past has a lot of stuff like that where there's something somewhere in the game that will tell you that one weird thing, whether it's where the ice rod is or how the mirror works.
Or that you need the ice rod for Trinex.
Yeah.
I think it was an NPC somewhere.
Yeah.
That tells you that. I don't quite remember which one though. Yeah, and Alan unfortunately having to backtrack now.
Right.
Since he didn't have the big key. for that big chest.
Oh, that's a shame. Took one shot to get to that crystal switch the first time. And then a couple shots to reset it when she realized she'd made the mistake. And I was just about to say on her first shot too that like I'm really impressed with how our runners nail that shot with like pretty startling consistency, because it's only like a 1 or 2 pixel window and you're that far away from that section of the wall.
I think it's quite more than just 1 or 2, though. Doesn't really feel like a 1 or 2 pixel window.
Yeah.
It might be, it just doesn't feel like that for me.
Yeah. At the very least, it always feels like a 1 or 2 for me. We'll put it that way, because I know at the very least, I'm not of the runner's caliber. We're seeing our runners just kind of cleaning up each other's trails here.
Yeah.
To work their way towards the bottom of this dungeon, potentially.
Yeah.
Will it be
Like,
the most
vanilla hammer?
Let's find out. Nope.
And it's not.
And the slow item fanfare there for no apparent reason. Didn't seem like anything else was going on screen.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh yeah, so there's Swamp left, there's Ice Palace left. Which would be pretty trolly, honestly.
Yeah, that would be pretty rough at this point. And I mean, of course, there's the back of Skull Woods. I was not counting items in that dungeon.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I think she only found 1 item in there.
But we've just worked out Pod. And so, yeah, have we returned the Smiths? Have we done the lunchbox? We don't have the boots.
Not yet.
Yeah, we don't have the boots. So
Oh yeah,
really
that's
bonking.
up to, yeah.
We still have what do you call in terms of further go mode items? If we get the hammer before anything else, we still have that big chest out of Thieves Town, which could be interesting.
Like, for runner's sake, I'm just hoping that they find the flute soon. Just so...
yeah, that helps out mobility-wise, at least.
Yeah, it just means that it can't be in T-Rock anymore.
That too.
Or behind T-Rock, for that
right.
matter.
Right, yeah, Mimic Cave Flute.
Yeah, or Sahasrara Flute.
Oh, that too. Yeah, that's always salty when Sahasrara has the item late in the game. Because you've probably already cleared out the back of his house by then. And you're just like, dude, I was right here. You couldn't give this to me. You couldn't. I could have used this to get the green pendant.
You know?
But we do see Myria's going to make the play. Oh, well, going to make the pedestal check, I guess. And then probably the play on... Yeah, I think she'll be able to get back into that warp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter where exactly the warp is, because you get put back into the dark world on the point at which you stand when you are on the mirror. You just have to hit enough mirror frames for that to work.
No.
Yep, and there she didn't hit enough mirror frames. Now she has to go all the way around.
Oh my goodness. Meanwhile, Catfish only had 20 rupees. Oh man. Yeah, you hate to see the lost portal.
So, what's left to do? Not really that much anymore.
Yeah, I think we gotta
to find that hammer.
Yeah, the hammer's gonna be a big help. Yeah, the minimum here is hammer and flute. If Quake were the medallion for both of the Mire and Turtle Rock dungeons.
That just would be enough for Myria since they don't need to do T-Rock. So it's a pendant.
Yeah, I keep misreading the tracker HUD, yeah. Yeah, but we could need as many as one more medallion on top of that, and then if we ended up with a Ganon's Tower big key torch, then we gotta go find the boots.
Yeah.
So the possibility space is
or if the whichever item we still need is behind either the Bonk Rocks or the
Oh, that's true too.
Kingsum, then we could still need those boots.
Also true, yep.
Kind of the same for the fetch quest items in powder and mushroom.
Oh yeah, that's true. We do have a powder sitting on the torch in Desert Palace, and that could be a very interesting development.
Yeah. And for some reason, Myria quit out of Go Woods. Probably because she realized that she found every item?
I think so. I ended up missing what was in the chest. Maybe chat can help us out there. Or Glorious Tracker Schwartz.
No, she didn't open any chests. She just went into the back part.
Oh, and then noticed immediately.
Not immediately.
Thank you, Schwartz.
You sure? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's just what I thought. She just realized that she didn't need to go there. I think it would have been faster to just mirror out and re-enter the Dark World.
It may have been. Yeah, Zora had a bottle. I think both of our runners have done it now.
Yeah, and
there's 20 rupees.
It led to fire out.
Right, fire out on the sick kid. We're gonna see our frog come with us now. But I guess it'll be a short trip.
At this point, Hammer could even be at Fat Fairy. Like, there are only annoying locations for those items left.
Has there been a Zora button the whole time? Look at this tracker.
That is the Zora button? Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh man, I didn't know either. Oh wow.
Wow. That's so cool.
I totally missed what the Smiths had because of that, so I hope it wasn't anything good.
Yeah, we'll see on Myria's side soon enough.
Yeah. Oh man. The Aerosmiths.
Oh yeah, and they do have that digging game left.
Yeah, Alan...
Because neither of them had money for it.
Well, Alan just did it a bit ago, and got 20 rupees out of it. Apart from the rupees that usually come out of it. Yeah, the Aerosmiths, that's funny.
Yeah.
Telling you to walk this way. Alright.
So what do we have here?
We're gonna get a sword upgrade off of Stumpy for Alan. That's gonna help him out, make the rest of these boss fights just that much easier.
Yeah, and Myria just getting net 40 rupees out of that digging game.
Yeah, and I think that's all the spending they really have to do besides potions for this one.
Yep. Unless they need to buy the big bomb.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Forgot about Big Bomb, which that is still on the table as far as I know.
Yep. Sure is. But at least they will have found flute before then. Oh, Alan didn't do... Oh wait, never mind, they can't do powder bad. What am I thinking? Only because they saw that powder.
Yeah. And bombs from the bombos.
Close enough, right? Right.
It's like, yeah, just throw these, they'll believe you. And now Myria is gonna go drop off the lunchbox.
Oh yeah, and Alan hasn't even checked Hype Cave yet.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And of course we know that it really wasn't much.
Yep.
But he'll win himself a few more attempts at the big bomb. Should he find himself troubled by it. Although with the mirror and with the mirror and the Aga 1 clear, this gets real easy, especially if our runners are comfortable with kind of hitting the screen transition as it explodes. You can glitch that and get the bomb to stick around even though the timer hit 0.
Yeah, you wouldn't even need to kill Aghanim for that, if I remember correctly. If you get that glitch.
Oh yeah, not for that glitch, but then if you you can go north right out of Link's house, well, out of the bomb shop. With basically reckless abandon, and it happens to line up pretty well. Then you get right there across the moat from the pyramid, warp, walk through the courtyard, warp back to Dark World, and then you're right there.
Nice.
And that last warp is, of course, what you need Aga for.
Yep. And we'll have to see if the hammer ends up in swamp or not.
Yeah.
Or it is a nice palace. Both of those are pretty bad.
Yeah. Both of them are viable plays at this point too. So it's like basically what the siege is dwindling you down to.
Yeah.
Because we know Skull Woods is dead. Pod's at a standstill.
And I'm guessing Myria is going for swamp, and as we can see on the left, that Alan is going for Ice Palace. I'd be interested to see if Myria sticks around for the rest of the dungeon, if she ends up finding that hammer here, even though Swamp is a pendant.
Right, because the flute may be there.
Yep.
On top of the provisionally needed medallion or the boots.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Now, in this situation, I gotta say, I'm probably a little more inclined to make a play like Alan here because it's a crystal dungeon, although it's Ice Palace, and so you'd really rather just go mode it. But I guess the progress toward the crystal is one thing, and we'll see which one ends up being the better play by the end of it.
Yeah. I mean, you need hammer for either one of those, so...
Right.
Okay, and it's only a hard container in that
that's
first
right.
chest.
It's only the one chest in Swamp. Never mind. I rescind my comment. Yeah. Get Swamp out of the way.
Yeah.
It's either hammer and IP or progression for hammer and IP.
Yeah. there's not that much progression left. Like
Yeah.
besides flute and
The hammer could be in the mire area.
Yep.
That'd be something.
Or in Fat Fairy.
Yeah, that too. We got a lot of options.
Yeah, I have a feeling that the flute just tends to be pretty trolly these days.
Yeah.
Oh, it kind of has become a fetch a quest item at this point.
Yeah, the fact that it's a barrier of entry for a dungeon really makes it very meaningful depending on the seed. Myria, loving that hook shot, picks up her red boomerang. Oh, and there's a flute.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, Myria does tend to use that hookshot quite a lot.
Now, you've got the flute on Alan's side, and you gotta come back here for the crystal at some point anyway. You know you have to beat Meyer, and you could do it right now.
Yeah, that's really the decision you have to go for.
Yeah. Because he's gonna double dip either way, so I wonder. But again, we'll see by the end if he ends up with the hammer.
The thing is just that
having some trouble, but does get the alpha down.
Yeah, I hope he goes for the bomb jump here. Or did he not get that chest down there? Okay, I guess you can get that one chest upstairs.
Right.
Without the hammer. But the other two are hammer-locked as well as the boss.
Right. And so I guess that makes sense, and that'll be,
Hope he remembers. Yeah. Doesn't seem like it. Well, it's always so annoying if you just happen to pick up the drops from the penguins.
yeah.
And that chest wasn't worth it at all.
It was not, but he's continuing on.
Oh yeah.
I think realizes now that, yeah, the options are now closed off as Myria makes it to her flute. And she was considering warping out, I think.
We'll see if she gonna pick up the big chest.
Yeah, now did Alan do that?
No, he did not.
Interesting. That could be big. Unless
yeah, I think it was he forgot that the two chests were hammerlocked.
Right.
And that he needed a key otherwise.
Right.
Get through.
Well, we'll see. Coming around now.
So, how many locations have opened up now with that flute find? It's
Well, we get Meyer.
the two Meyer chests, and then the two in the Meyer shed, right beside it,
Then we
and
have
the checkerboard cave.
Right, so we
And
got...
I think that's it.
It seems like it at this point. Because without that hammer, we really can't get to anything else in Dark World.
Yeah. Yeah, Myria also going for that. For display.
Right. And also skipping that big chest, as far as I know.
Yeah, the thing is they just can't really get to the big chest from this side, if I remember correctly.
Well, I've seen. Well, they were in the room where they could bomb the floor for it. I thought they gotten the key back, and so.
No, but they got the key later on. That's why they didn't go for it right away.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, you don't want to have to double dip on it. And just $70 in the Meyer shed, so we're off to a very strong start.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that hammer is gonna be on the Pyramid Ferry.
At this point, it kind of seems like it, doesn't it?
Yep. Yeah, and Myria having a bit of trouble with the menu towards the flute. Gets it in the end. Oh yeah, Myers back. There wasn't really that much chance for Meyer to have anything else, since there are like only 3 locations open beside Meyer, and they would either need to have the hammer or somewhere else open.
Right.
Meyer or more chests in general.
Still, we'll see both players end up making this Meyer play.
Yep. And I don't think Alan has gone for hookshot cave and the like on Dark Death Mountain yet.
I think you're right. Yeah, so we might see some divergence at that point if he thinks there's anything else needed after this.
Yeah, most likely not though, since hammer is the only most likely go mode item. We don't know yet if they need those boots, but most likely they won't. So
yeah, at this point the probability is certainly out of favor for that. Or at the very least, they would end up finding them before they would need them.
yeah. Unless they're in G-Rock, and the needed medallion is in GT.
Oh my goodness.
Which can happen.
Goodness. Yeah.
It would be quite annoying to deal with.
We're finding ways to stretch the seed right out.
Yeah. I don't think it will happen though, so I think they're fine. I'm not quite sure what Alan... Oh, okay. Going into the fish room. I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah.
It's just way slower than the rest. I think it takes like 2 minutes more to go there, or something like that.
It's a pretty long trip, and the only real benefit is I believe there's a key over here.
Yeah, that's not really a benefit since you spend a key to get here.
Yeah.
The only benefit is that you get like the loop next down.
Right, but there's so much there's a much quicker way of doing it. Yeah.
And that one is even closer to the chests anyway.
Right. Well, different strokes.
Yeah, I guess if you go for this chest right away, it's fine to go for.
Oh, and there's the big key, but he's gonna want to finish this one out.
Yeah. Like I kind of misspoke there. Like when you go for the fish room and go back right away, it takes 2 minutes more. But the way he did it, it's like maybe half a minute or something. It's not that much anymore.
Yeah. Either way,
that's like the smart way of going there. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's gonna avoid that that vanilla big key location if he can. Oh, having to get around these tiles here. I forget if he's got the ferry.
I don't think he does.
And so he does not want to take that death. There's Bombos.
Yeah, at least they know Hammer has to be accessible before T-Rock. Anyway.
Right, yeah. It can't
no,
go that way.
Taking a death right there.
Yeah. Tile to the back of the head, a bad way to go.
Yeah, Myria is going for a big chest right away. Since she did get that big key right before.
Yeah. We'll see if this ends up paying off better. Although that Bombos is begging for a use.
I mean, they can use it for Gold Steer later on, when they finally have the hammer.
That's true. It will, especially since they haven't found that half magic yet. And as we've seen in a couple of races.
Right here.
Continue. For Myria just going right down. Yeah. But we have seen that half magic come up on Cold Stare a couple of times in this tournament.
Yeah, it does seem to happen quite a lot. I mean, that's what they aim for when they pre-filled GT with junk anyway, right? And Alan going for that crystal switch again.
Yeah, the fish.
I don't really understand, but
meanwhile,
if it works for you.
Myria below him in the basement of the dungeon, about to face off with Vitreous.
Yep. Probably gonna make quick work of that, since she does have those silver arrows.
Indeed, and 51.
Or going for cape strats.
Not feeling too confident in her aim, but definitely in her ability to swing the sword.
Yeah.
Of course, as we've seen Myria play, if there was a way to use hookshot here, I'm sure she would.
Yeah, most likely.
2 silvers, right to the pupil. Down goes Vitreous for a mushroom. And the gamble pays off. She did not clear what Alan is doing right now, as far as I remember. It's going to be much to his frustration.
Yeah, but she didn't find Bombos though, so she doesn't know.
She could be. Oh, yeah, you're right. She did not find Bombos, yeah.
So she's probably going back in, and at least she's skipping that key chest.
Yeah, that'll save her some time for sure. That is, as far as I know, the longest cutscene in the game.
It's just the same length as the one in pod.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
I guess when you watch
you just don't notice, because there's something happening on the screen in pod at least.
Right. And until the torches go out in the Myria scene, you don't really know what's happening. But you see the torches go out, and you know that takes a while. Alright. Oh, no.
Forgot that crystal switch.
Yeah. Well, I had a little trouble getting to it with that conveyor belt. And... oh, wow, nice.
She made it back. That's impressive.
Well, there we go. She makes the most efficient route there, apart from the miss on the crystal switch to, yeah. Yeah, and she takes it out on that Stalfos. Alright.
And even though, Myria least Myria earlier. Probably mostly because of that fish room and the death on ALTTP's side.
Definitely. Let's go over good B because she's gonna need to pick up some potions here as she heads into the final leg of her game.
Oh, Kane?
Oh my goodness.
There's the other Kane.
Oh my goodness.
And
jeez.
The hammer was on Fairy after all. Oh no, you have to go all the way around, Myria.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't quite agree with that, Rob, because you can't swim through Soft Dark World, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And not without major glitches, that is.
Oh, and I guess
It is
Myria
possible.
hasn't gone to Catfish yet either.
Oh yeah, I guess you can do that too.
Yeah.
And neither of the runners going for arrow strats on Vitreous.
Interesting.
If she was gonna go for Catfish, she might as well have done it together with the mushroom.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I understand the reasoning there, though, right? You can flute right to 2 in Light World, but you have to do some
I
work
guess.
to get up here. Yeah, it's only a shame there's not a portal a little closer to this region of the map.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah, it's the same as there's no flute point on T-Rock.
Right. Wouldn't that be nice?
But there's one in the GBA version, I think.
Yeah, I heard they did some stuff in Ice too to make that work a little easier. And Lemming, they can't check Spike Cave, no hammer.
Yep.
Yeah, I know, we take it for granted. There were a couple of times throughout this run where we're like, why don't they? Oh wait, no gloves. And then they ended up with the Titans within like 5 minutes.
Yep.
Oh, no, it's alright, Lemming. Yeah, it's a lot to keep track of, and when the seeds get weird like this, you think, well, why don't they?
Well, because they can't. Unfortunately.
Alright, and Alan's made his way to the back of Desert now.
Yeah.
He's gonna pick up that crystal. And that should even things out in terms of that. We have both of our runners had gone deep into pod earlier, but failing lacking the hammer rather. Obviously, that's been the story of the seed. Is I don't have the hammer, so
Yep. And Alan kind of has to do 3 double dips in this seed, since he didn't have the gloves or mitts when he went into Desert Palace the first time.
right. Myria just powering through those guards on the bridge to get this bomb back to the dimension where it belongs. Alright, guys. If it's not the hammer, what is it? It's the hammer! And plus minus the medallion for T-Rock's pendant. Keep forgetting it. That is my bad. As Alan picks up his cane for his mushroom.
Yep.
But yeah, it's back into Ice Palace to finish that off. Followed quickly by Pod. And then it'll be time for everyone's favorite number game. But don't say them yet, you'll spoil it.
Oh yeah, that's like the next to last dungeon for Myria. She only needs to kill Harmathor after this.
Yep. And both of these dungeons are already partially cleared in terms of items, but, you know, would be go mode anyway. But it's nice that they already have the big keys if they want them. And this is a case where we'll probably see her not do the bomb jump at all in this dungeon. Because at that point, you just walk through one or two more rooms and she's already got the big key so she can walk around downstairs.
I mean, if you're fast enough at the bomb jump, you can save like 2 or 3 transitions, which is still quite nice.
Yeah. And Kimball, Ice Palace did hold the flute, which did crack this seat open eventually. As Meyer was required to get the crystals to spawn the big bomb to go to the Fat Fairy for the hammer, which brought us back to Ice Palace. Imagine that.
Yeah, going for the bomb jump.
Ah, hey, yeah. If that's what you're into. Oh, one try, excellent.
Yeah.
Knock knock. Who's there? Hookshot. She really puts that thing to work. It's a thing of beauty. And grabbing a little bit of magic there, even. As speaking of hookshot, ALTTP has found his way to Dark World Death Mountain.
Yeah, probably gonna be disappointed quite a bit by this, since there's nothing in there. Little sweet nothing. So, would you check Big Chest right now? In hopes for boots or something?
It's tough to say. I mean, you're right there. It's really not that far out of the way. I think I might do it.
Yeah, me probably too. Well, I think Alan might have forgotten that he needs a hammer for Spike Heath as well.
Oh yeah, he's gonna walk in this door. Oh, might not even make it that far. He must have heard you.
Yep.
Alright, and we'll put that bombos to work after all. Which, when you don't have your half magic, yeah, gotta put this together. Which actually, that's another reason to check that big chest. Oh, very nicely done. Starting this fight strong. Oh, but starting to take a bit of the ice damage. Oh, and double kill. Oh, and it didn't even get the oh no music.
Oh, wow.
There's that cold stare.
Didn't we just see that on another?
Yeah, in the race
right before this.
Yeah, and then I saw it in one earlier today as well. I've been having myself a rando day, but that's the one item that. Oh, jeez.
That's just troll right there. And that
wow.
thinks that's all 3 items in the dungeon anyway.
Right.
And since there was 300 rupees in the first chest, the flute, and half magic now.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, so you can add that to your version 26 memes. Half magical and cold stare.
It's not necessarily the best item they can get, Carissa.
She
really
is,
depends.
Yeah. She's going
like,
to
magic is handy, but still.
She's going to Ganon's Tower right now without her 7th crystal.
Oh yeah.
She needs to beat Pod.
Dang.
Honestly, I wouldn't have noticed if it weren't for the fact that that's where Alan's going.
Does he have hammer yet? I wasn't looking.
No, I don't think he. Wait, I guess he must.
Yeah, I assume so. I mean, why else would he be there?
Yeah, we'll see in a second when he has to open the menu
Yeah.
to deal with this switch. Or I guess he won't need to deal with the switch, the way he's thinking of it.
Is that a sanity check? I think it might be a sanity check. Oh, he didn't get big chest.
Oh, interesting.
Oh. That's weird.
Opening
I do hope that he doesn't go back for these down big chest either.
Yeah, at this point. Does she think it's a crystal? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Here's the music and realizes the mistake. We'll get a map check right here. Alright, well, the crystal check, and then she's gonna wonder, but which?
But which?
I guess, actually, what she probably remembers and is gonna flute to 5. Yup. Oh, man. Saved about... Well, for the Quake opening there, probably evened out to the walk of, the walk over to the front of GT to not have it.
Yeah. I mean, that can happen. I mean, we're 1 hour 50 minutes in,
and Carissa gives us a peek into the SRL chat there. Apparently, she noted her mistake. From Myria's channel chat.
Yep.
Alright, looks like we're gonna see Alan check the back of the graveyard ledge.
I'm not quite sure why he's going for all of that stuff that's also super far away when he can do Fat Fairy.
Yeah. It is a surprise. And a shame because that's going to be so many dips into pod for him by the end of this.
Yep.
Doesn't even want them. Said, you know what, I can get more bombs if I just pick up the pots out here. There's a strong independent Link who don't need no graveyard ledge. Yeah, no, this pod cutscene really does feel a lot faster than Myria. But I'm kind of feeling it out too, and I think you're right. They're the same length.
Yeah.
Putting those sword beams to use, saving a little bit of menu time. Pretty nice. Disregarding turtle. Oh, and there's a clip on the schedule sheet. There's a section for the clips, and one of them is there's a rogue turtle that can spawn in this portal room here.
Yep.
That was pretty wild.
It doesn't really spawn there, it just clips through the wall somehow if it lands on the hammer packs when you put them back up.
Interesting.
And it's close enough to the wall, then it can clip into the room below it.
That's pretty awesome. Alright. Myria begins her penultimate boss fight.
Yep.
As Alan has found his way to the big bomb.
Finally.
Very nice. Oh, and Alan taking the death on purpose, I guess. Or at least he has the fairy. And so now that is 7 crystals for Myria.
Yep.
And yes, Hammer was at the fat fairy inside the pyramid, Yunus. So Alan is making his correct play. And that's right, required the Myria crystal, which required the flute out of Ice Palace, which obviously requires the hammer to beat.
Yep.
And if I took some time in the post game, I could probably map out the whole item chain. It's something for the ages, this one.
Yep.
But it is hammer time for ALTTP.
Oh yeah, that... Actually, then now that I think about it, it wasn't even that bad that aggro was required at the start.
Right.
I think I if I were in their shoes, I might have been a bit more mad if Aghanim ends up to be required to get hammer.
Right. Alright. We'll see Myria make this trip again. But hey, at least the portal's open. Putting that dead rock in its place. Oh, it just... I worried for a sec she'd be squeezed off that ladder. Just got one more treacherous walk to the front door. With these Lionels about, and no boots to just charge through them. But plays the timing quite well. Takes the iframes from Kana Berna. Very nice. And Carissa Swamp is not full cleared. They checked the first chest. It was nothing to help them progress, and they hadn't had the hammer at the time. By the time they had the hammer, their path was clear.
No.
There's a hammer barrier to change the water levels. Alright, yeah, let's get our numbers in. I'm calling 11 as I normally do, but look at that, never mind. All we gotta do is go left side, grab a key from a pot. The only way that could have been smoother was if the other chest was a key. Oh, and no boots. But still, pretty darn quick here. Up the tower we go. We got our silvers, we got our tempered sword, we got our half magic. Things should go pretty smoothly from here.
Yep. And Myria going for the Oko strats in this room, just to avoid the damage from the spikes.
Yeah, one of the things that this room always reminds me is whether or not the runners have the powder. And of course the boots were needed for that, and they'll be up in validation chest or something. Or actually,
or anywhere else of the 20.
Right, anywhere on the bottom floor, right?
Yep.
Alan has made his way to the Helmassar King. This is gonna finish up well for him, but he'll have to make his way to Ice Palace yet, and so is at this point significantly behind Myria.
Yeah.
Disregarding the error on his timer, which would seem to exacerbate the deficit.
And we just hit the 2-hour mark.
We did.
Just thrilling.
And these
because the seed kind of forced it.
Oh, for sure. Right. Working our way out of the gauntlet now. Pretty good shape, all things considered. Walking right through the bunny beam as you can. Oh, and just missing the shots on the other land moles for taking that red beam. Oh, and going 3 cycles. Very nice. Well, that was the second dropped boss fanfare on her side. Weird. Games are programmed good. Dang. Itchy trigger finger on that Myria block. Very nice. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I didn't quite get the fast red, but close enough.
Yeah. The swag timing on the Myria blocks, hitting him on basically like the first possible frame. Yeah, and there's something very determined about the way Zelda walks around with this sprite. So just waltzing into the room, 2 big red swings, and everybody's down. Like, yeah, she's in charge around here.
She don't need no man.
Yeah, strong, independent princess. Don't need no Triforce.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right, John Kimball? It certainly shows. Apparently her second item of choice. Hold on, did that just do what it... I think it did?
Yep.
Yeah, the wall glitch, okay. That really threw me off. Well, apparently the wall blew up, but it didn't quite blow up.
Yeah,
Schwartz explained.
Yep. Like, if the torches go out at the exact same time as the bomb opens that wall, it doesn't appear to be opened.
Interesting. Even
though it is opened.
Right. And we could hear the explosion, the placement was good, I think we even got the secret fanfare. But, oh no, and the real final boss. No boost.
Ice.
Yeah.
Ice physics.
Alright, well now she's safe.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. And yeah, we had a validation burrito in the meantime.
Yeah.
You can wait till after the run to eat that, but it might be a little cold. Turns that into a double, very nice. Oh, and a rough go there.
Yeah, charging has been a bit too late.
Ah, blue ball's there. Otherwise, could have had a double. Get one out of that.
Yeah, quite nice reactive play, but the setups for her...
These are, just terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Aga 2 down.
Bad RNG anyway.
Yeah. And we'll see this Ice Pal's big chest is the compass.
Worthless.
Oh, geez. And the freeze orb made his way out of the wall.
I'm not quite sure what Alan is doing right there. Is he checking? Oh, I think he's checking the rest of the dungeon.
I wonder if he feels like he's behind.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Don't stand so, don't stand so.
Don't stand
So
Don't
close to
stand
me.
I'm loving these new Ganon texts. They kept some of the classics like the breakfast cereal and all, but yeah.
I think Don't Stand So Close to Me is pretty.
Oh, is that an old
as well.
one? That's the first time I've ever seen it. I've been watching a lot of rando, huh? Not even randomized.
I don't know.
Come on,
I
guys.
don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh no, that's all
Or
right.
not. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen it
Did
for
you see
quite a
Myria?
while.
Yeah. We do see Myria putting those cape strats to use to get through that dreaded second phase. Saying disregard bat circle. And the teleports are
Ganon
real. There we
Yeah.
go.
I
Sneaking
mean,
through in there.
technically, you can have an infinite amount warps on Ganon,
Right.
or at least in vanilla. I'm not
Right.
sure if they fixed that in Rando, because they might have.
That would be real nice if they fixed it. Certainly wouldn't want one of these to go on forever.
I don't really understand what Alan is doing here. Like, if you're gonna check those chests, check all of them.
Yeah, I mean... Alright, and that's 3 shots for Myria. This next one is it. She's gotta work her way around that fire bat real quick. Oh, gets a slash on the way out. There we go.
Slash sword, silverless hit. That's
Yeah, just for swag. And GG Myria. Excellent execution all the way through. Movement perhaps the highlight for her through this trolley seed. Meantime, we do see ALTTP working his way into his cold stare fight.
And Myria is finished with an official SRL race time of 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 8 seconds.
Respectable as any time for this seed.
Yeah.
Fought through
I mean,
and
with the amount of backtracking that's happened.
yeah, I mean, it really. I don't think she made any like objective routing errors in that regard. It was just, hey, sometimes you're gonna go here and come back.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Alan does finish up his cold stare, getting that trolley half magic, man.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, that's almost like getting bow on Vitreous after
Right.
you've done it with
Right.
Fighter Sword.
Right, and when you already have the silvers, like, oh. Yeah, next rock pointing out, all that backtracking and no boots, along with the late flute. B-Torp is, I guess, a pun on one of the developers of the randomizers named V-Torp, who does love his bees in this game.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a bug catching that in the sea, but we did see a nice use of a good bee to work through Aghanim's tower, if I remember.
Yep. From Alan at that point.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, and we had that tantalizing view of the powder on the Desert Palace torch. Let's see. Other than that, early rods for a pendant turtle rock that was only seen by mistake. think for now it looks like we're probably. Oh, Myria-chan has shown up in chat.
GG, Myria.
Yeah. And Alan makes his way into Ganon's tower. Let's see what his how he takes this very early big key.
Only gotta get that key now.
Yep. Uh-oh.
No.
Oh no.
I don't
Nerves.
know why. Wait, oh no, he'll notice like way on top. Oh no.
Oh jeez. No. Alan, go back. Go back, Alan. Yeah, he would have to get pretty lucky with key placement in this one, but
Yeah.
I think
We
it.
haven't seen the chest up there, so we don't know.
Right. Yeah, this is gonna double down. It's either gonna be the boldest move ever and pay off, or just probably end up terminating the run for him.
I think there are like 3 or 4 small keys in chests.
Right, and there's a fair number of them that are obviously in their fixed positions.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how this
I
plays
can
out.
think of like 4 right now.
Pretty nice first room of the gauntlet.
Yep.
And he's gonna work his way against this conveyor belt. Oh, it kind of misses on the pot throw. Myria, what do you think your routing mistakes were? Because, I mean, it was certainly a backtrack heavy seed, so I didn't notice them among all the back and forth. Alright, and Alan takes an unfortunate death in the gauntlet.
Maybe
And
you noticed the key?
He's heading right back in. That's gonna be bad news. Oh, yeah, I kind of forgot about your
T-Rock
small
mishap.
snafu with T-Rock, yeah. Honestly, if it weren't for the fact that Alan had been heading to pot at the same time, I would have thought nothing of it until you got to T-Rock rather than walking to Ganon's tower. I was ready to announce that you were on your way there. Because there was just so much momentum after that, well, I guess the hammer pickup out of Fat Fairy, which was hilarious in the worst way.
Oh yeah, 0 bonks.
Epic 0 bonk.
The seed confirmed.
And that lag time.
Yeah.
11, 11, 11. That's precision right there. Alright. Alan putting the cape to use this time. Doesn't want to have to redo this work. Unfortunately, the odds are that he will have to. Of course, it's hard to say when we saw precious few chests out of this dungeon for us.
Oh yeah, I just noticed he can't even get those fairies because he doesn't have boots. Man!
Yeah.
Those boots sure are handy.
Right, he doesn't have the boots, he doesn't have the powder, he doesn't have the net. 0 fairy seed.
Yeah, and
Well,
he doesn't have the ether for the Stalfos.
Right. Now he's gonna try the bombos. I think these work. What a pretty lucky dodge there around the bone there. Yeah, and he's saying the heck with this.
Yeah. Heck with that. Yeah, the ice ropes in the Dark Gauntlet are quite annoying.
Yeah. Well, especially when you're sitting at those 3 hearts, and as we established, with no healing options at the moment. That's a tough pill. Yeah, and give these runners a follow. GG again to Myria-chan.
Yeah.
And props to Heffley for continuing. I mean, I know when you see your opponent's already done, it can be easy to feel the tilt. And he's being a good sport, sticking it out. Oh, and having just a little bit of trouble in that last landmo. Gotta watch out for those red beams. Putting that sword to work, though. Doing fine, doing fine. And he nails it.
Wow, that was close.
Yeah, and for a long time, Detective John Kimball pointing out that Alan seemed to have low rupees a lot. And as I remember, Myria did too for a good chunk of that seed, which was really bizarre for a rando.
Yeah, that low money count was mostly due to him not checking Hype Cave until very late.
Oh no!
Oh no! Taking another death. Yeah, probably going to get some potions now, I'm assuming.
I would think so. And pardon me, Vasquez, as I AFK for just one moment.
Okay, sure. And after those potions, it's heading up back to GT. Hoping not to die as often this time.
Alright, and I'm back.
Yeah, welcome back. Yeah, Alan is heading back into GT now.
Yeah.
Hoping not to die as often this time.
Yeah, and hopefully remembering the thing that kind of exacerbates this key gamble is the fact that there's one very easily available. I mean, at this point, we're calling it a gamble, and that, you know, that's putting it nicely. I do believe at this point it's a routing mistake.
Oh. And it seems like we're getting Myria in for an interview. Quite the late one at that.
Ah. Hello, Myria. GG.
How did you like that seed?
Oh my god, it was so annoying.
Yeah.
That was
So
like the
much.
latest hammer.
Yeah, just about the latest possible. And yeah, so much backtracking too. But I know you pointed out a couple of snafus you made, but for the most part, especially putting your items to work, getting around the seed just about as quick as anybody could possibly.
Yeah, that the boots just being completely absent. I see that my opponent doesn't have them either.
Yeah.
Just have to hookshot it just everywhere, and saves little bits of time here and there. Adds up.
Yeah.
Made
Yeah, we were quite amazed about how you put that hookshot to use in almost every screen.
The quick trigger finger with that Cane of Samaria, in particular, on the way up Ganon's tower. You're well practiced in that, and it shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and there are mistakes I made were like I couldn't remember that Skull Woods was a pendant dungeon, so I'm like. Then I messed up the mirror. Do you remember?
Oh, losing the portal.
Oh yeah,
in the
that mirror,
forest. Yeah. Yeah, that's an easy one to do there. There's like a nook I guess you can tuck into somewhere in that spot, but yeah.
I need to learn that. I gotta practice that.
It's really not a thing that comes up often though, so you know.
Yep.
Not a terribly egregious at one to make.
Yeah, it's just way easier if you do it after fire rotting the entrance.
Yep.
Now, for all of the goofiness in the seed, as far as the route it pushed you on, were there any lengths of it that you particularly enjoyed or felt like were exemplary to your run?
I don't really know.
Yeah, it's pretty overwhelming by the end of it, I guess.
Yeah, it did an okay Ganon's Tower, but yeah, like there were just mess ups here and there that I kept doing. Like, oh, I'm gonna go to Turtle Rock without realizing that that's a pendant dungeon, and I forgot to do Dark Palace.
Yeah, well, for the amount of time both of you had spent in there, yeah, again, totally can understand how someone might think, oh, I've done this. I spent a good who knows how long in there.
Yeah, and you also start to think things like, oh, I have the hammer, so like you're so late in the seed, you assume you have the hammer. So if you remember, right when I was getting the big bomb, I first tried to go to Link's house.
Oh yeah.
And use that portal, but no, I had to go all the way to Kakariko and use that one.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I could have used Pyramid to be even longer, but yeah, it's just abnormal situations for being so late in the seed without the hammer.
Yeah, there were a couple of times throughout the seed too, because you'd gotten the gloves not as late as the hammer, obviously, but then had gotten the mitts like that, just pretty much all at once. And so we're like, well, wait, can't you go here? Can't you? Oh, wait, no, gloves. Gloves needed. Need the gloves.
Yep. And oh right, yeah, we didn't have the gloves when we first entered the Dark World, and I had to remember. Oh wait, I have to jump in the water in order to get past that.
Right, exercising that somewhat obscure trip up to the hookshot spot there.
Yep, and sometimes it's required, like in this seed.
Indeed.
And yep, I am Schwartz. We do take gloves for granted.
Sure do.
Most of the time. Same for mirrors sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, and the backtracking in this, like, had to go to, what was it, Ice Palace that had the Ocarina?
Yes. And then you had to go to Meyer to get the hammer, to lead to the hammer at Fat Fairy.
Yeah.
To go back to Ice Palace.
And I like the weekly.
Yeah.
After that weekly, that was similarly frustrating. To do this one, it's kind of a frustrating scene.
Right.
Yep. He's getting to the end of the tower now, and
yeah,
long before he realizes he might need a key. That's kind of unfortunate.
Another room that really makes you miss the boots.
Oh god, yeah, their room with the falling tiles. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I usually just walk on the edge of either one of them.
On mine, like, when I did that, I think I nudged a guy out of the way, and then I had a little hole I could get through to get past him.
Yeah, you definitely made a pretty quick and smooth work of this.
Calluses on my thumb from D-pad playing this game so much.
Oh yeah, and your
Yeah,
wall glitch in the room coming up. That was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, it was like, what the heck? I was so confused. I walked up to it to try and place another bomb because for whatever reason it didn't explode, but then I just went right through it.
Right. Oh, in the moment of truth.
Yeah, I think he realizes. Hey.
Oh.
Come on. At least check the next chest.
Right. He's got one more
Oh,
chance.
there's Ether.
Yup, man.
Oh yeah, he has one more chest. That's right.
One more chest. I mean, at this point, I'm rooting for him to get the key here, but it's... Oh, no. Oh.
He swings his sword in frustration. I can't blame him for that.
Yeah, no. I kind of thought he might whip out Ether just because. He's like, fine. If and pointing out the irony of the key on the torch. Man. Alright.
Does know that there's a key in that jar.
Alright, well, we're getting the instruction that we do have more rando to bring you, and so we're gonna have to terminate this one here. But Myria, thank you for joining us. GG on the run.
Thank you.
And if you guys want to stick around here and on the other Randomizer Mania channels, we've got plenty of rando to run for you, also on Speed Gaming. I've been Epibliticus with Vascos. Thank you for joining us.
Yep.
Hey y'all.
Thanks for the restream to Ollie in this case. Thanks to the tournament organizers for making this all possible. And goodbye.